Fox News host Tucker Carlson was recently confronted by a man in Montana while stocking up on fishing gear. That interaction, of course, has gone viral. Let's take a look.
I don't care, man. Dude, you are the worst human being known to man. I want you to know what you have done to this state, to the United States, to everything else in this world. I don't care that your daughter's here. What you have done to people's families, what you have done to everybody else in this world. Son, don't become son. One.
All right, so, yeah, that's a little hard to hear. Basically, he went on to say, you are the worst human being known to man. Great. Awesome. I love it. Why? Because the guy's right. Tucker Carlson is indeed awful. Let's just say that. So now who's the guy that confronted him? Well, his name is Dan Bailey, not related to ironically, the Dan Bailey fishing shop or whatever shop that he was in. Of course, that store had to put out like a thing like, this guy, that Dan Bailey is not the Dan Bailey who founded this fishing store. We love Tucker Carlson, and we would never accept any of this happening at all. So we're not affiliated. Please come shop at our stores, Fox News viewers. But anyway, so now what happened here is the guy happened to be shopping when Tucker Carlson walks in, and he didn't want to miss the opportunity to tell Tucker Carlson how he feels about him to his face. Bailey posted this video then to his Instagram account on Friday and wrote, "It's not every day you get to tell someone they're the worst person in the world and really mean it." Hey, look, opportunity knocks only once in a lifetime, man. Or is it twice? I don't remember that lyric. But okay, anyway, fun. So what started this? There has to be a reason. Well, of course, it all goes back to, and we don't know the conversation earlier, but I'm pretty sure the conversation went back to vaccines and Tucker Carlson. In fact, here's what Bailey wrote on his Instagram. Quote, "This man has killed more people with vaccine misinformation. He has supported extreme racism. He is a fascist and does more to rip this country apart than anyone that calls themselves an American." Well, once again, 100%. Tucker Carlson has, of course, absolutely attacked vaccines, while ironically being vaccinated himself. Everybody who works at Fox News has to be vaccinated. They have a vaccine literal passport to get into the building, and yet Tucker Carlson attacks the efficacy of vaccines, and also previously had attacked the efficacy of masks as well. And we know why he does it. He does this for profit. He doesn't actually understand that Tucker Carlson does not believe the things that he says. No, Tucker Carlson, I know I'm going to get pushback from you. I think Tucker Carlson is a very smart guy. Of course, he's very smart. Now, being smart can come along with being other things, like a sociopath. And so he's a very intelligent person, and he knows how to walk the line. He is very good, he's very good at what he does. One of the biggest things that I see in the left is we tend to underestimate our opposition. Oh, maggot, you're stupid, dumb hillbilly, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there's quite a few of those, but understand that those people get taken advantage of by the smart ones. By the smart ones who know how to manipulate people in order to get cash. That's what it is. Again, I'm seeing comments. Carlson is an actor for money. He doesn't believe anything he says. And depending on the particular show he's been on, he's had multiple viewpoints. 100% accurate as hell. And so the truth about Carlson, again, is that he does this all for money. He knows exactly what to say. He's smart, incredibly well educated, and is also a fake populist. And that's what's really important. He's like, oh, I'm a populist. I care about the American people. Except, I'm literally saying things that that are getting the American people killed. Over 600,000 Americans have died of COVID. Now COVID-19 is now a disease of the unvaccinated. Okay? And so it's hitting unvaccinated people the hardest, the people who happen to listen to Tucker Carlson. But there's more, of course. Tucker Carlson's also a pipeline to white supremacy. And so, yes, I'm glad to see people calling him out. That said, the conservative freakout was absolutely swift. You could say that many on the right happen to have been triggered by this. Interesting. Starting with Fox News, here's the statement they released. Ambushing Tucker Carlson while he was in a store with his family is totally inexcusable. No public figure should be accosted regardless of their political persuasion or belief simply due to the intolerance of another point of view, according to a Fox News spokesperson. Ambushing, that's interesting. It almost makes it sound like he was waiting for Tucker Carlson to pop out. Or I'm sorry, he was waiting for Tucker Carlson and then popped out and was like, oh, you're a horrible person. No, we noticed Carlson was like, I'm going to give him what for. I'm actually be honest about this. And so there's more. Of course, the ladies from The View. I'm gonna get to Meghan McCain later on, and I wish I had the video of all the hosts basically going, oh, how terrible, poor Tucker Carlson. But we'll have to settle for Meghan McCain's tweet, as well as the tweet from Charles Gasparino, who said, what's pathetic about the Twitter reaction is that the lefties think it's okay for this guy to harass Tucker Carlson while he's with his kid. Keep that in mind. I remember being sickened by the same type of behavior when it happened to Cuomo. This is no different. You realize, and so this is interesting because you're going to see this argument. I'm already seeing this argument. How dare you ambush someone with their kids? Tucker Carlson's kids are all adults. They're all 18 plus. They're not children anymore. This isn't the same as like, okay, you go into restaurant whatever and you start screaming and yelling and hollering at this person, and their kid's sitting right next to him going, Daddy, why are you being so mean? Or why is that person being so mean to you, Daddy? I don't understand. Why are they saying such terrible things? No, that's not the situation here. It's a bullshit excuse. But understand that the language there is being used for a reason. It is there to evoke images of somebody being berated in front of young children. And that's what this is. But there's more. Meghan McCain decided that she was going to weigh in. She said, if you think accosting a public figure while they're shopping for fishing gear with their family on vacation is somehow accomplishing something or changing anyone's hearts and minds, you're a hypocrite and have totally lost the plot. How dare you interrupt my vacation? That's what I heard from Meghan McCain. Oh my God, I can't believe somebody would ever interrupt somebody on their vacation. Oh, how dare they? Oh my God, I can't believe it. That's Meghan McCain. All right. But here's the thing. Hold on, princess. Dan Bailey isn't there to change hearts or minds. No, he told Tucker off. It's an emotional release. It's not there to change hearts or minds. You think you're going to change the mind of Tucker Carlson? Again, Tucker Carlson, he's an actor. He knows exactly what he's doing. And so what he's going to do later on, and we'll probably see a segment tonight where he uses this to further weaponize his audience against libs, as if he hadn't already. But anyway, now we got Ben Shapiro saying something similar. Finding someone you disagree with, shouting at them in public, and then posting it to the web to the wild cheers of blue-check leftists isn't making the world better. It's making it way worse. Sorry to get my Ben Shapiro on. I had to channel him for a second, and it came a little too late. But all right, Ben, how does that make the world worse? Explain to me how it makes the world worse by challenging one of the biggest peddlers of vaccine disinformation. Sure, it doesn't make it better either, but it's an emotional release, and that was never the point. Blue check leftists, we enjoy this because it's cathartic. Let's be honest about this. Finally, somebody was able to tell him to his face that he's full of shit and dangerous. Wonderful. Now, here's the thing. Again, he already knows. So those takes, relatively tame. Again, all the ladies in The View agreed, and they're like, oh, it's disgusting if you think that this is okay. If you think this is okay, you're disgusting. All right, whatever. Ladies from The View, nobody cares. But here's Dinesh D'Souza with probably the most unhinged take. Here's what he's tweeted. This is a shocking video. This man should be arrested for what he did. Tucker Carlson did to Tucker Carlson in front of his daughter, his what, over 18-year-old daughter? Come on, man. Hey, what about free speech, Dinesh? Apparently, Dinesh D'Souza is okay with people being arrested for expressing different political opinions in public to someone who disagrees with them. Weird. But Jeff, don't you understand? He was harassing this grown man in front of a child. In front of his child. Okay. Remember when Marjorie Taylor Greene literally harassed a student from Parkland as he was walking down the street? A child. Remember when MAGA chuds tried running a campaign bus for Biden and Harris off the road? No, here's the best one yet. And this has to do with children, okay? Remember when Tucker Carlson said this about people who were wearing masks? Take a look.
So the next time you see someone in a mask on the sidewalk or on the bike path, do not hesitate. Ask politely but firmly, would you please take off your mask? Science shows there is no reason for you to be wearing it. Your mask is making me uncomfortable. We should do that, and we should keep doing it until wearing a mask outside is roughly as socially accepted as lighting a Marlboro in an elevator. It's repulsive. Don't do it around other people. That's the message we should send because it's true. As for forcing children to wear masks outside, that should be illegal. Your response when you see children wearing masks as they play should be no different from your response to seeing someone beat a kid in Walmart. Call the police immediately. Contact Child Protective Services. Keep calling until someone arrives. What you're looking at is abuse. It's child abuse, and you are morally obligated to attempt to prevent it.
Ooh. Boy, did that age poorly. So, okay, according to Tucker Carlson's logic, if it's child abuse, you need to intervene. It's your moral duty. Well, okay, children can't be vaccinated right now, okay? They can still get sick. In fact, there's a new report comes out just earlier today. More children are now suffering from long-haul COVID. They can and do get sick, and yes, they can and do still die. At still much lower rates than adults, understand, but if you're out there peddling anti-vax bullshit to people who are eligible to get vaccinated right now, i.e. adults, people over 12 years old, well, guess what? You're putting children at risk, aren't you? And so, hey, therefore, according to your logic, this man is doing exactly what you told him to do. To go out and challenge people, politely, of course. And so I don't see the problem. I don't see the problem. Of course, you know, they're never going to admit it. Because here's the thing. This is all about grievance. How dare you approach the great Tucker Carlson with anything other but reverence? How dare you challenge me in my ideas? How dare you call me out of my bullshit? I will now be aggrieved and will have my fans call for your literal arrest.
If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.